Hello, you're listening to Fiction Fairies, two authors chasing joy and creativity. I'm author Amanda Torrey,
And I'm author Christine DePetrillo.
and today we also have a special guest, author Stephanie Kay, joining us today. Welcome. Welcome to our podcast where we amplify joy, whimsy, and the magic of the written word. Well, hello, everybody. So glad to see you. And hello to our joylings who are listening in.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you will see that we are all decked out for the season and being our whimsical selves. And I'm just delighted that Stephanie also has some wings and a hat for our special day. So yay! We're all a little witchy today. Um, Stephanie, want to tell us a little bit about the whimsy you're bringing to episode today with your costuming?
Well, I do have my wings on, and I don't have any real witches' hats because my daughter did something with them. So you get decoration. That was on my list.
Well, I love that you have witches' hats, but that your daughter absconded with them. Just,
Yeah.
says it all, you didn't have to go out and buy one.
No, even the fact that you have witches, plural. That's even
Yeah,
better. Like
yeah.
you're in the right tribe right now. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, one of the things we like to do on Fiction Fairies is share what's in our chalice, which is just what we're drinking. And today I have my Edgar Allan Poe, the Raven mug for, we're a day before Halloween. I just have warm local apple cider today. What are you drinking, Stephanie?
I went with hot chocolate, and it
Ooh.
says "Lady in the streets, freak in the spreadsheets."
I love it.
And it
I
was
love it. I love it.
but I promise there's not chocolate underneath.
Oh,
I love
gorgeous. Look at how colorful. Awesome.
Well, lucky
Stephanie
charm
speaks my love language.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say Stephanie and Amanda, you guys are on the same wavelength. I always have like a single shot kind of thing in my mug, and you guys are like up in the game. So Amanda, what do you have today?
Ooh, well, today I have my Dream Bigger mug, and in it I have a special Halloween tea. It's a chocolate chai, but it comes with sprinkles. So I promised I would keep my chalice part brief, but look at the cute little tin it comes in. It says Back Brew.
Adore it.
And when you open it up, it's like a loose leaf tea, but I'll tip it and spill it everywhere. So I can't show you really, but there's little sprinkle bats. It's the cute.
Aw.
So Adagio teas, highly recommend. And it has like a cute little saying on the back. And it's just cute. And it's
Wow.
delicious.
I love it.
Honey and almond milk. Yeah. But now I really want marshmallows because Stephanie made me
You
jealous.
can't go wrong.
Yeah. No, and the fact that they're so colorful too. I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So, our main goal with this podcast is to meet authors and other creative people, go behind the scenes into the creative process, build a whimsical and weird community, highlight the power of play, and find joy in creativity. So, Amanda, I'm curious what you did recently to bring joy into your life.
Oh my gosh. Well, I had a very joyful week. I did tons and tons of fun things, but I'm going to keep it simple. So I'm going to say that one of the things that brought me a lot of joy, other than all my social stuff, was that I went back to walking daily. And what happened was I had been sick, as you know, for like a month. I'm still kind of clearing out, but I was just feeling really lousy, just really tired. And I kind of made myself. I live right next to a beautiful bike path, and I hadn't used it in well over a month. And so I'm like, you know what? I have no energy. I'm exhausted, but it's fall and I'm missing it. And so I forced myself to go for a walk, and not a hot girl walk because, I'm not a hot girl, but a feral goblin walk, I think, is like the thing that we're all doing. That's
Well, I mean, some of us of a certain age are going for hot girl walks.
that's true. The hot flash girl walk.
Yes.
Very true. So, and it was just so beautiful, like being out there in the crisp air and the leaves. I love when the leaves are like falling and they look like they're dancing. It brought me so much joy, and it just really reminded me that it is the simple things sometimes. So even though I've been doing a lot of fun, like social things with friends, this was just something that helped me kind of get back to being fun and joyful, and it really changes my day when I make myself get out there. So, how about you, Stephanie? What's something that you done to bring joy into your life?
Let's see. Well, I decked out the house in Halloween, although I'm ready to take
Ooh.
it down and put up Christmas like
Oh my gosh.
on Saturday.
Get ready. Get ready.
Um, I don't know. I made a witch's hat wreath for my front door that all came from the Dollar Tree, and it's super adorable. And I can't believe I finished it. But yeah, just like
That's
crafty stuff.
awesome. I love that. That's so great. And do you usually like crafty stuff? Like, is that a thing that you like?
Yeah, and Aubrey wants to do more of that, so we did lots of Kronos.
That's so fun. And how about you, Christine? What did you do to bring joy into your life?
Yeah, well, mine's a very small thing, but I've instituted the practice of having tea in the afternoons while I'm working. So I usually have tea at night. It's like a before bed, kind of ritual. But with the weather turning, colder and me kind of being miserly about turning the heat up in the house, I've been making tea around like 3 o'clock-ish to just kind of warm up. And I just find myself sort of sipping and smiling and feeling all cozy and joyful when I write now. I don't know. I feel like it makes me feel like more authorish somehow, where I'm writing and having tea in the afternoons.
I love
So
that.
that's yeah, it's been fun. So and again, something so simple and silly, but it really has brightened my day, my afternoons, and kept me warm. So
Well,
fun
that's
and
a double.
fun and
double-
functional. So
Absolutely. Putting the
Yeah.
fun in functional,
there you go.
but also
Oh.
like
I love it.
That's
That should be a
That's how
t-shirt.
I-
Yeah, I like
t-shirt.
that. Yes. Stephanie would wear that t-shirt.
She was there that.
he is the t-shirt queen. That's
Yes.
But also like I think there's something about ritual that is
Yes.
so good. Like especially when things feel chaotic in the world. I feel like something as simple as having tea at a certain time of the day that you can look forward to. There is something very like magical about that. and
Agreed.
very-
Agreed.
That's so cool. Well, so today we're introducing a new feature on Fiction Fairies called Into the Meadow, which is where we invite you to step into the magical, mystical meadow with us. And we will interview fellow creatives to see how they find joy in creativity. So step with us into the meadow to get to know author Stephanie Kay.
Yes. So we first met Stephanie at a Rhode Island romance writer group like a million years ago.
So long ago.
So yeah, well let's get her official bio. So Stephanie Kay is a USA Today bestselling author of hockey and rock star romances with heat, humor, and heart. She's been hooked on reading spicy romance since the tender age of 14 and has published 20 novels. Way too many years after picking up her first romance, her most prized possession is her Kindle. And she's definitely following too many NHL teams. You can find her online at stephkbooks.com, and we'll have that link down in the show notes. So,
Well, Stephanie, before we start with the first question, I need to my very first question is going to be: have you ever been interviewed by fairies before?
No, definitely not.
Well, I love that not only are you being interviewed by fairies, but that you came to the community as a fairy. So welcome to the tribe.
mm,
You are forever a fiction fairy now. Hold
Yes.
on, I'm going to anoint you with my
Yes.
wand. Ready? Right. You're officially in the meadow. So, we wanted to talk about your latest release, Breaking the Ice.
All right.
Can you tell us about that book and the series it's part of?
Well,
Goodness, I think she's gonna pull out a copy, or do we get to see?
Ooh, the little dog.
Pretty. Last it.
So this
Oh my gosh.
is the 6th book in the Denver Stampede hockey series. He is a golden retriever hero who has a golden retriever. Obviously, of course. And she is her name is Danny, and she is a sarcastic therapist. So I felt that in my soul. And it's fake dating, which I just cannot get enough of. So yeah. What else should I tell you about this book?
It is beautiful. It's
Mm.
beautiful. Well, so one thing Christine and I were chatting about when we were like talking about having you on is that we noticed you've been doing some cover redesigns.
Yes.
And so can you tell us a little bit about that process and what do you think about like how did those like changing your covers bring more joy to readers and to you?
So, sports fiction. So the illustrated cover trend has like exploded in recent years, and sports fiction is full of them. So I decided I wanted to try it with my latest series. I found a friend recommended an illustrator to me, and I reached out to her, and she was amazing.
So good.
So I love how, when we get like stock photos, they're kind of like what we envision the heroes, but when you have illustrated, it's like them. This is totally them. And I loved being involved in that. Like, no, I think she should be wearing this color shirt or, the background. And you just get to be more involved. And it's like, well, our books are our babies. And so this is fun because it's like, this is who they are in my head. Um, and everyone has just said how adorable they are. And also, you can't go wrong with a dog on the cover.
No.
No.
Not
I mean, put a dog on the cover and
I
you're
know.
just like, give me that book.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why I went with illustrated. People seem to be loving them, so I'm super happy with it. I will show you my favorite.
Oh, yes. Please do.
So this isn't a novella; it's a holiday novella.
Oh,
Oh my god!
oh my gosh. Now, if you're listening to this episode, please do yourself a favor. Go onto YouTube and just tune in for where Stephanie is showing her covers, or just go check them out on Amazon. This is so cute.
It's so adorable. I knew
Holiday.
exactly what I wanted. They have been friends since they were like 6 years old when she kicked his butt in a game of pond hockey when they were little. So I was like, I
Nice.
want them on the ice. I want them both on skates and the sweaters because they wear matching sweaters at one point in the book. But yeah, it's the cutest.
Love it.
I can't.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, they're just
Well,
really
now-
adorable and fun.
They're so adorable. Well, they bring me joy just looking at them. They're so cute. And I'm like, yep, gonna add that to my holiday read list. And yes, love that. I'm gonna cozy up at my electric fire because that's so awesome. So how did you get into writing sports romance? Are you a big sports fan?
No.
Like,
No, not at all. I'd never watched hockey, and I was beta reading a book for another author friend who wrote hockey, and I liked the book. And then she made me go to a Bruins game with her, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so much fun. There's so much energy. It's like fast paced. It's not boring like some other sports. So I learned everything I could about it, and I was like, I'm gonna write hockey romance. So it's been 9 years,
wow.
almost 9 years since the first hockey book came out. I just like writing it. Get to write about
That's so cool.
the like relationships between the guys on the ice, and usually they're like tough guys, but they're like sweet and do anything that their partners want, which is always nice.
The dream.
Yeah. So I love writing sports romance. It's super fun.
Love it. That's so cool. I love that. I love that you weren't a sports fan.
No,
Yeah,
well,
now-
now I am. I love writing on ice scenes, and I do get a lot of reviews from people saying they love seeing them on ice, which is nice.
That's so cool. I love that. And it's so fun to like learn something new when we're writing a book. Like I think that's one of the joyful parts of it is like being able to learn something that we didn't know as much about.
Right.
So give that authenticity. So cool. So just curious. So we talk a lot on here about like playing and being silly and silly not in a negative way. Like
Right.
on here. Silly is, just being fun. And like do you like how would you say that you incorporate silliness into the romance?
Well, there's a lot of banter. Sarcasm is my love language, so that is in every single book. I always have like a super goofy character. One of the hockey players. Sometimes he gets a book. He usually will get a book. But yeah, I just always they're doing pranks on each other. Sometimes it spills over into their relationships, and maybe their significant others don't enjoy the pranks. But yeah, there's just a lot of banter and humor, and it's good to laugh. It's fun.
Yeah. And when you're planning these pranks, are you like rubbing your hands together with an evil laugh? Like, this is what I'm gonna do.
So I don't plan them. I just hope they show up in my head when I need to write them.
Nope.
Um,
Nice.
Interesting.
the final
The final
the
fairy.
last series in my Striker series which I was actually talking about at a conference this weekend. I'm gonna grab it. This guy, he is the team prankster, and he was never
Okay.
supposed to get a book. He's described as Chewbacca with never having his teeth in and things in his beard, and he was never supposed to get a book ever because that's not sexy. Reed was asked, so he got a book, and so he had to write like pranks because it's his book, and they were like, "What? He has to have like the biggest prank." And I was like, "Yes, he does. I don't know what it is." But luckily, towards the end of the book, I finally figured it out. I'm
yay.
pretty pleased with it. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, good.
I just hope it shows
Good.
that
Oh,
I
that's
don't have
exciting.
time to finish the book.
That's it. Well, so like, what's the thing that you find most joyful about writing in general? Writing a specific book or just the kind of general process of writing?
I love writing dialogue. I actually
yeah.
hate writing the first draft because I don't plan anything, and I try to outline, and they just go right off the rails very quickly.
Independent thing.
So yeah, but I love writing dialogue when they're just like bickering and bantering with each other. That's the most fun. And usually that
Same.
just like flows out, and then it's all that other stuff that takes forever to figure out.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I love writing dialogue as well. That's usually what I hear first is just those two main characters saying something, and then I'm ready to go. And that part usually does come easily, just hearing what they're saying. It's the sketching and all the other stuff. Like, where are they saying this? What are they wearing? What were they doing before? What will they do next? And sometimes too, I am a planner, but sometimes that dialogue will come that I did not plan for, and they'll say something, and then I'm like, oh no, now I have to make that mean something, and it has to like follow up with something really important afterwards. But I agree with the dialogue being so joyful part. Stephanie, I'm wondering what your writing space style is. Like, are you super organized? Is it chaotic? Is it whimsical? Is it always changing? Tell us about your writing space.
It's always not organized. For the number of planners,
Welcome to my club.
For the number of planners I use, it should be more organized. I pretend, but there is stuff all over the place. And then it changes up with. I always like to have something for the holidays. For holidays coming up, I do have decorations. There is I'm looking at it right now, a hanging Grinch ornament that permanently stays over my desk. I'm a fan of the grumpy sunshine because that's my marriage. So, yeah. And there's I love little like
Confessions of a romance writer.
yeah. I love little like quotes, like all the different I mean, you can see I have my plushy book. Love. So yeah, there's just all sorts of stuff all over the. I like knickknacks. It's kind of cluttery.
Yeah, so you're a little bit
It's
more on the
whimsy.
whimsical. Yeah, I was gonna say, she's a little bit more on the whimsical side. Yeah,
That's much better than messy.
it does. Yes, it's
Whimsy.
got a positive connotation when we call it whimsical. Absolutely. How about when are you at your most productive? Like, is there a time of day? Is there a season? Or is there a part like within the writing process where you're most productive?
I mean, my process is kind of procrastination and panic, which I just don't recommend.
That's a great name for a workshop.
Yeah, I must
Procrastination and
panic
panic.
an hour before I have to get Aubrey off the bus.
Okay.
Convenient.
Stephanie, I think we're soul sisters in our writing process.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little bit outnumbered here.
I know, Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too. Like we have these different processes, yet we're all able to like produce these creative works like in our own way. I just find that like fascinating to like the psychology of it, if you will.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I mean, 20 books
so
in, I guess I figured something out.
Exactly. You're doing it. Your process works. Yeah. So procrastination and panic does work.
Yeah.
Folks.
It's a
Just
thing.
wondering. Yes.
We should get those tattoos.
I can't have the word procrastination on me. I mean,
No, you can't.
please.
It would burn up.
It would. It wouldn't stick. There'd be hives around it. Yeah.
Why not?
True. Stephanie, if you wanted to work in a creative field and not be a writer, what is something you'd imagine yourself doing instead?
Um, I don't know. I used to do a lot of sewing.
Oh.
Um, way a long time ago. I used to make costumes.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Like, what were the costumes for? Like,
So I made madrigal dresses. We have madrigal singers in high school. I went to a very artsy high school, and I was also the costume person for our drama department
fun.
in high school.
Amazing. I didn't know this about you.
Yeah. The high
so
school
cool.
was Edward Norton went there, not while I was there, but he had been there, and his grandfather owned the town,
Oh.
his corporation, and so the theater at the high school where he had gone was like really, really nice. So
Wow.
so I looked
That's
out.
nice.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And now your books are like little plays every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take costumes. Now you get to design covers.
Yeah.
Oh, although I did have to, I'm putting together costumes for Halloween. So
Oh,
but at
yeah.
least I didn't really have to, not really making anything this year, luckily.
What are you guys being? Do you and your husband dress up with your daughter? Or?
Oh, yes, we are forced. Sometimes we did Paw Patrol a few years ago. I had to make our
Okay.
costumes. They don't really have a lot of adults Paw Patrol costume. No, this year she's Mal.
Really?
Yeah, she's Mal from Descendants. And
Oh.
if you don't know, Mal's parents are Maleficent and Hades.
How?
Well, I'm going to be Maleficent. I have like a dress and the cape, and I have like the headpiece. John is going to be Hades, and he is wearing a t-shirt that says, "Pretend I'm Hades." That just sums it up.
Oh, I love it.
There's that grumpy part to your sunshine.
She's all set.
I love it. And his t-shirt is probably going to get the most comments. Not anybody. He's like,
Probably.
dads love that stuff. I love it. Well, so that's actually a really good segue into my next question. Because, we've talked about some of the more serious as we get on this.
Yeah. That's serious.
But now I want to know the real serious stuff. Are you ready?
Sure.
You ready? Like the stress round. You really have to think. Okay. If you, Stephanie K, could be a mythological creature, which would you be?
I thought about this.
Ooh.
Either a unicorn or a narwhal. I do love narwhal.
And that's perfect because the narwhal is the unicorn of the sea.
I know. But a narwhal is real.
That's true.
So,
Well, unicorns are real, and I will argue this forever.
so I will go with unicorn for mythical creature.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just very sparkly and fun.
Yeah. And if you want, you could inflict damage with that horn.
That's right.
Yes.
Fun and useful.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so for the next one, I want you to imagine you have your cauldron out. What are you brewing in it?
Hot chocolate.
Ah, yes. With marshmallows. below.
Marshmallows.
Yes. Yes. I love that your marshmallows are so colorful too. Like that's just fantastic. Okay, and so can you tell us about your next creative project? All the details.
So I have a secret project that I'm working on now that I'm not. It's a little bit different, but I'm not really talking about it yet. But I'm still working on hockey.
Nice.
Everybody loves hockey, so I have 1 to 2 more books. The last book is the guy that's been he's been through the whole series. His name is Sin, is his nickname, and he's living up to it.
Love it.
Yeah, so I have those books planned, and then so I'm working on that, and then maybe another hockey team. Probably another hockey team. I have to come up with a name because I didn't realize this, but all of my series names start with ST. And I didn't do
interesting.
Did not. I have the Strikers, the Stampede, and then my Rockstar series is Steel Wolf.
Ah.
And I didn't even realize it. So I think I'm going to set it in Portland, Maine. But do I call them the Steamers? Like, that's just not a...
Call them the studs.
That's not really mean.
It's a different kind of
Yeah, so
sport.
I have to figure
Yeah.
I have to figure that out. So we're working
Oh,
on that. I
nice.
have a few things.
So you don't have to tell us about your secret project, but is it a sports project or is something completely
Totally different.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh,
Yes.
Amanda and I love that because we're like we're we're not staying in our lanes, and that's that. So we love when
Yeah.
it's like something a little bit different too, and that people try to expand creativity.
Yeah.
So
I need
That's
I need a little shake up. I mean, my
Yeah,
rock
that's
stars are very different from my hockey books. So
right, sure, good. Well,
Yeah.
whatever you bring us, I'm sure that Amanda and I and our listeners, our joylings, and your readers are just going to be so excited to get it and to check it out. And we will have links to your website and your social media and the Denver Stampede series, which you talked about today, including Breaking the Ice. Those will all be in the show description. So you'll definitely want to check those out for sure. And, stay tuned now that you've teased us that you're expanding creatively. We really want to check that out. So,
Yes. Can't wait. Oh my gosh. So thank you so much for that interview. And you're not done. Don't leave us.
I'm
Done. Now we're sliding out of the meadow and into a spirit of joy discussion. So this is a part where we kind of think about the name says it all, the spirit of joy, because that's what we want to amplify and spread. So Christine and I earlier in the week were talking about this notion of, or we're thinking about how preconceived notions can stop you from finding joy.
Mm.
And I know, Christine, you have an example of this that we were talking about that kind of spurred this discussion point.
Yeah, I do. So last weekend or the weekend before, actually, I went on a weekend trip to Boston, and I had these preconceived notions about the city and driving. So this kind of trip, although it's a simple trip, like people go to Boston all the time, it's not something that I would normally do because I don't like the city and I don't like driving. In my mind, the city, it's too populated, it's too noisy. It's dirty. There's too many people there, and same thing with driving. Like driving to me is scary. I was that kid as soon as I turned 16, did not need to get my license right away. Was not super excited to drive. Have never been super excited to drive. I let things in my head. What if I get lost? What if I have car trouble? What if? So for a long time, I let my notions of the city and my distaste for driving kind of keep me from what could potentially be joyful. So, I stayed away from the city. I found ways to get out of driving. But I have to say that the city and driving weren't how I expected them to be for this weekend trip, at all. I made the driving fun with my Taylor Swift CD. Fun fact, it takes 4 complete listens of The Life of a Showgirl to get from where I am in Vermont to where I was going in Massachusetts. So everybody needs to know that's how I measure time now, how many times I can play that through. So, yeah. So, I was singing along badly, but I was having a great time. And the drive even took me through the Franconia Notch, which was a spot where as a kid, all of our summer vacations were there. So I was seeing the signs for Echo Lake Beach and the Basin and the Gorge and all these Clark's Trading Post, all these signs that it was super nostalgic, which was wonderful. And the weather was beautiful, bright sunshine, everything about this trip was perfect. And I was going to see my brother, and I arrived at my destination without incident, totally successful drive. And it was great to see my brother, and we ate all the things, had all the drinks, walked all over the place, and yeah, there were a ton of people there, but nobody was a jerk. People were just out there having this fun fall Boston weekend. And I was really glad that yes, I had those preconceived notions, but I put them aside. And I did this thing that was brave for me, and it just resulted in this super joyful weekend. So
I love that. That's so cool. And it's funny because I used to live up in Plymouth, New Hampshire, through high school and stuff. And I had my first real job, other I used to babysit since I was young, but my first on the books job was up in Lincoln. So I used to have to drive through the Notch pretty often, when I would go up there. And I took it for granted so much. And now when I drive up there, I'm like in awe. Like, this is so
Yeah.
beautiful. How can I do this all the time and not take it in?
Yeah. It's
But
Stephanie, you have a link to New Hampshire too, don't you?
Well, we lived there for 7 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
We were in Nashville, but we went there all the time. Went up to the White Mountains all the time. My husband did all 48 of the 4,000 footers.
Wow.
And our dog Hazel did 30 of them. Or she lost her
Like,
legs.
literally.
So yeah, she did a bunch of them. I'm still at 0, so I plan on sticking with that.
That's good.
But yeah, we love it up there. Yeah, I would go up to the White Mountain, the Mount Washington Hotel, and
Oh, yeah.
he would hike them up.
Nice.
It was perfect.
Perfect. That's a perfect place to write. Absolutely. So,
Sure.
so Stephanie, have you ever had something you wouldn't have normally done, but then you did it and then it brought you joy?
So recently, I was convinced to go do Purgatory Chasm, to walk through the bottom of that with all those rocks. And even my daughter was like, "Oh, Mom, I think you can do like half of it. I'm like, can the thing that came out of me not judge me?" No, I did it, and I was super nervous about like twisting my ankle or like falling huge rocks to walk through. And I mean, it is really pretty. And we did the whole path through the bottom and then up around the top, um, which was very fun. Aside from the 6-year-olds saying that this
The judgment.
hard for you, Mom. She was very judgmental.
Be like, kid, I made you. You don't get to judge me.
But yeah, I felt very accomplished after getting through all those rocks without any injury. I mean,
That's awesome.
we're not
Yeah,
going to tell
there's something
Sean about the joy because then he'll make me hike with him. But
Yeah, he'll be like, remember you had so much joy that day.
Yeah.
Come do this with
But
me.
there's something about, you just said it, that you were like proud of yourself. There's something about that like go me moment that like just springs on the joy. That's awesome. How about you, Amanda? What do you have to share on this spirit of joy topic?
Well, first of all, I love Purgatory. And for anyone who's not from the New England area who hasn't experienced Purgatory, it is an intense walk. Like, I used to take my kids there when they were younger and through their teenage years. And we do the path along the top, in the woods. Well, I haven't done the rocks for a long time. So I salute you. That is amazing. I'm thinking of my knees. Like, how would my hip handle this? Nicely done.
Yeah.
So my thing that I think was breaking away from sort of the preconceived notions was that this past week I went to Salem, Massachusetts with one of my friends. And she had asked me to go, a while ago. We kind of had it on the calendar. And normally, like, I love Salem. It's a great place to visit. But everyone is like, don't go in October. Like, don't go. And normally, I think the latest I've ever been there is like my birthday, which is October 12th. And it was crowded then. So I was like, ooh, we went on October 23rd. I'm like, wow, this is like a week before Halloween. This is going to be insane. And I kind of almost didn't even want to go. Like, I wanted to go, but I was dreading it a little bit because I'm like, we're never going to find parking. We're not going to be able to get any place to eat because these are the things we hear all the time. I travel a lot. So I'm on a lot of like travel Facebook groups and stuff. And everybody is always like warning people away from Salem this time of year. Then I went. I'm like, whatever. Worst case scenario, we have to leave before we can find a parking. I mean, but like we literally drove in, found a parking spot immediately in a parking lot that's like in the perfect spot to walk around. We walked a little bit right around noon, 12:30ish. We just walked up to a place and asked for a table. We got a seat right away. There were some shops we had to wait to get in, like they'd have a short line outside. But it was like maybe 5 minutes. And you get to people watch, which is amazing with Salem anyway, but especially this time of year, So I'm just really glad that I didn't let those preconceived notions stop me from doing something that I wanted to do. And it was fun. My friend got me this I should have worn it today. It says it was really beautiful quilted witch's hat. It's really cool. And so like we wore, little witch's hats around. It was just a lot of fun. I'm glad that we broke away from those crazy notions. I would say, if you don't love crowds, don't go in October. But if you don't mind, it really was not as bad as people say. So always think for yourself. Don't follow all the advice that other people give because sometimes it's just doesn't. That was my joy. And then, so like part of that, like when we were talking about when Christine and I were sort of like planning that we would talk about these like, bravery kinds of things. It triggered a dancing. It triggered like a memory of something that I thought was kind of like a fun thing to like remind listeners of. So one of the fun things recently, I was watching the Downton Abbey movie that just came out, like she at home, and we're talking about being brave and kind of like stepping out of our comfort zones a little bit. And I was watching this movie, and in the movie, there's a scene where they're driving up towards the big house, and there's like a grassy area outside. And it reminded me that one time, a couple years ago, I went to tour that Abbey house with a friend of mine, and like we're like dressed in our cute dresses and stuff, and we like ended up dancing just really joyfully on the grass. And it was super silly, middle-aged woman here, like, just being playful and silly, and it was just a really fun time, and did I, like, forget about that memory, but I did, like, watching the movie and seeing it triggered that memory in me, and it just made me so glad that I did it at the time because, like, I could have been worried about what people were gonna think when they were walking by, and there were people around, and I'm sure people judge because people do that or whatever, but I'm glad for me that I did that fun thing. I get to have free, so I definitely recommend to everybody to just if the urge calls to you to do something silly, just do it. Just do it because it's your memories you're building, you know? So,
Yep. Definitely. Right. Definitely.
so then, speaking of dancing, we did in our Sprite spell last time. Christine and I dared each other to, and any joylings who are listening, to do. Okay, so the Sprite spell is where we dare each other to kind of do something that brings joy. And the last thing that we challenged each other to do was to dance outside. Oh,
Yes.
as we discussed, Christine lives in the woods. I live in a very public place on Main Street.
Yes.
But but we did it. Okay? If you wanna see how Christine and I did on that challenge, look in the show description for the Substack link to our video where we did
Yeah, we
did
did it. Yeah,
Christine,
you're
tell us experience with it. Like,
well, I mean, I'm all I'm going to say is that you definitely want to go check out those videos because Amanda went above and beyond. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So, even if you're not interested in dancing outside, just go and watch the video. You are guaranteed to smile. That is for certain. So,
well, I mean, I had so much fun doing it, and I had
clearly you did. Clearly.
I also had so much fun watching Christine because it was so Christine, like, watching her transition into this, like, role and,
Yeah. Well, I will
her
say
come
this.
out and
Yeah, I will say this that the videos do definitely showcase our individual personalities quite well. Yes. So in a small video clip, you have who Christine and Amanda are for sure.
Yeah.
So
and
I think it's time now for a new spray spell. So, and I think Dare for this episode gets at the fact that joy can come from, doing hard things or things we wouldn't normally do. So we invite each other, including you, Stephanie, and all of our joylings, to do one brave thing in the days ahead. Because we truly believe that you'll find joy in completing something that you wouldn't ordinarily do. So, and we want you to have that, like, go me moment, that kind of joy. So,
yes,
so that's
do
the
one
spell.
cell for you.
Yep.
Absolutely. So we hope you all do the Sprite spell. We'll see how we all did, in the next episode. Joylings, tell us about your progress with the Sprite spell. Whether you do one of the previous episodes, do this one, like be brave, do something fun. You will never regret it. Like no one regrets having fun. Like you might regret not doing it. You're not gonna regret it, even if you can comment wherever you listen or watch hashtag or send us a direct message on social media. Our links are in the show description and on the About tab of our Fiction Faeries Podcast.
Correct. Yeah, we really do hope that you join in on these Sprite spells. They are a lot of fun. And I think that's it for episode 3. And if you enjoyed the Fiction Fairies podcast, hit the like button, subscribe, find Amanda and I on social media, leave a review, and tell all your human friends about the podcast.
Tell the unicorns and the fairies and the dragons. Steve. And if you're a creative person and want to be a guest on the Fiction Fairies podcast, like Stephanie was today, or you're a listener with suggestions, there are forums in the description and on our Substack.
And we'd like to thank author Stephanie Kay for joining us today and adding joy to this podcast episode. Our very first guest. Yay.
Yay!
And again, you can visit Stephanie's website at StephKay books.com. You're going to find that website and other links to Stephanie in the show description. So definitely check out her books and follow her on social media like we do.
Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Absolutely
This was
amazing.
super fun.
It
So great. And now we'll leave you with the Glimmer Challenge. I'm going to pick up my wand.
Yes.
And Christine has hers, and I'm sure Stephanie has hers, in her mind. We'll leave you with the Glimmer Challenge of asking you to find and spread joy today. Farewell, darling.
Farewell, Joylings. See you next time on the Fiction Fairies podcast. Bye.